What is up, everyone? This is What the Film, a podcast for and by film lovers. I'm going to lead us in prayer right now because Vishaal is cranky. I'm one of your hosts, Kevin Satterfield, and joined with me is my illustrious, beautifully cranky co-host, Vishaal Reddy.
I am not cranky, you bitch. I am just lacking a little bit of sleep and very loopy, because I was gigging all weekend and it was lovely and it was magical. But it hit me as I sat down to record this that I have not slept in like 4 days.
Totally. Well, I think it's probably pretty important that we give the audience a heads up that today we will not be talking about a single movie.
No.
Right. Vishaal had the really good idea of maybe each of us unearthing our top 4 on Letterboxd. So we're going to get into what Letterboxd is and, you know, what those 4 films we each kind of hold near and dear to our heart. But before we get into that, today is Monday, August 25th. It is
my parents' wedding anniversary.
Happy anniversary to them. I love that.
38 years.
38 years. Mine just hit 32.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
mine
are better.
Yeah.
They don't listen to this, so we can say whatever we'd like.
My mom does. So, do you want to apologize to Deidre now? Because
I was talking about my parents.
Oh.
I don't speak on your family ever.
You said yours are better than mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Moving on. Yes, so that's the plan for today. But before we jump in, any Tinseltown tea happening around town that you wanted to bring up? We just chatted 5 days ago, so I'm not sure if you have anything.
I don't know. I don't think so. August is kind of that dead month where some things are coming out, but then there's not a. I don't know. We're gearing up for award season.
Right, which is crazy that we're already there.
I know, we're gearing up for award season, which is kind of crazy. And that I don't feel like we have that many films that were these are front runners already.
Just sinners.
Yeah, and then I haven't.
You know,
there's really not anything else that I'm these are the things. But I guess a lot of those festival films we have not seen,
right,
in the States yet. So
right, exactly.
I'm very curious to see what.
Yeah, there are some things out of Cannes back in May that we'll get in October, November, like Sentimental Value. It Was an Accident, which is a film that I really want to see by Neon. So I think you're right. August is that dead period. I will say I just saw the trailer for Good Boy, which is this film about it's a horror film from the perspective of a dog who is watching his owner get possessed by supernatural entities. I want to see it. I also know it's going to deeply upset me.
Why would it deeply upset you?
Because I'm a dog person, and even if the dog lives, which I feel like if they didn't let the dog live would be just true.
I wasn't even thinking that they would do anything to that dog.
I know, but still, it's from the perspective of the dog. The dog's going to be terrified. The dog's going to be, in danger. That's enough. That is truly enough. That comes out in October, so maybe we watch that just for the plot. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait.
You're gonna wait until when?
Until it's in my apartment.
Got it. Cool.
I don't need to go see it.
That's fair. I mean, we'll see. It sounds
they are expanding. They're expanding into more theaters because of demand now. So there's clearly an audience for it.
Right. It's a horror movie. I feel like horror movies generally do well in theaters anyway.
Yeah.
So that's our tea. That's it for the week.
I know we're boring, but I am trying to think what are the things happening? Paramount's Paramounting.
Yeah.
They're gonna merge.
They already did it.
I mean, it's actually, what am I saying? Layoffs are.
They're hitting layoffs. Yeah.
Yeah, which is not great. That's going to be very, very sad.
I have some friends there too, so I'm hoping they make it through those layoffs.
Yeah. There's really not that much from what I'm seeing.
No, I think you're right. It's that end of summer period where things get a little slow.
But the Emmys are coming. That's coming.
Yeah, the Emmys are coming. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the world is still on fire.
Not related to the industry, but it is the U.S. Open. So.
And guess who's going?
Me! You too!
Yeah, what day are you going?
I'm going on Wednesday.
I'm going Thursday.
Okay. So we're both gonna be doing round 2.
Oh, you mean this week?
Yeah. Oh, you're going next week.
I'm going to the semifinals.
Oh, okay. Okay. I love that.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I don't think we talked about this. Are you a big tennis follower?
Yeah, I played tennis growing up.
Well, audience, this is the first time I've ever heard Vishaal say that.
I mean, it's like an Indian rite of passage. Like,
to play tennis?
Oh, we all play tennis.
Really?
Like, yeah.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, who are your favorite players to watch right now? Like, who are you betting money on? Maybe not actually, but
Here's the thing. And I no disrespect to these younger players, but they all are the same to me.
Okay.
Meaning that, like, not there. I think because we just grew up in that time where, like, there was more drama on the match and, like, there were more rivalries and, like, it was much more of a thing, that I find that, and probably for the best, these players are a little bit more boring to me. So I don't have ones that I'm like, I gotta go see them.
Yeah.
But I stopped following a couple years ago, and then I kind of picked it back up in the last, like, 6 months or so. So I'm still, like, learning and getting to know some of these personalities. But,
yeah.
you know, I want the best for, like, Mr. Alcaraz.
Right, who just busted his head, by the way, literally an hour ago. Did you see that?
I did see that. I did see that.
We're filming this on Monday, August 25th. Just letting everyone know. Yeah, he just buzzed his head.
Yeah. So, who are you rooting for?
I'm a big fan of Coco, obviously.
I mean, duh.
She's got to get that serve together, but she's won 2 Grand Slams before. She can do it.
I know.
She's won U.S. Open before. I don't know. I guess I'm like you. I don't feel like there's that many personalities that are so different from each other. Like, of course, Sabalenka and Iga. I just don't find them to be personally the most exciting players, but I know they're really talented. On the men's side, I think Ben Shelton is good for the sport. I think he's an interesting player. I think he's just good for the entertainment value. I was always a Federer and Nadal person, so Djokovic is not like the GOAT to me, but you know he's still playing, so obviously you want to watch him.
The fact that he's still around and still going,
I know.
Good for him.
I know. I think he's done with his Grand Slams, though. I don't see him.
Think he is too.
Getting anything else after this, especially with what?
Now, Miss Venus.
Yeah, I mean, she gotta get that insurance.
She said it.
She gotta get that insurance.
She said it. I am so curious to see what she does.
Yeah.
But did you see that Serena Williams gave Maria Sharapova the opening?
I'm so glad we're talking about
remarks.
this because now I have somebody else to send all of my tennis tweets to.
Please,
this is great.
I know. For people listening, they're like, ugh, they don't actually follow, but no, I genuinely do watch. And there was like, I think the Australian Open last year. I like the way that I watched it was on YouTube. They made them like Sims characters, and it bypassed like you having to purchase like the pass that was expensive. And so I watched the the Australian Open fully at like 4 a.m. as these players were Sims characters. So like I might not know all of their personalities and names yet, but like
but you're getting there.
Yeah. I love it, and I actually started started playing a little bit of tennis again this summer after like a decade of not picking up a racket.
Yeah.
And then immediately got tennis elbow because of improper form. And so I was like, okay, I got to get lessons.
You got to get lessons. I'm embarrassed. I have not played tennis once this summer. And that's usually the only season where I can kind of find a couple weekends to get on the court. But I've watched a ton. I've watched basically every Grand Slam, including some of the more regional ones like Rome, Madrid.
Have you been to any other Grand Slams besides the U.S. Open?
Just U.S. Open.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's on my list, my bucket list for life, is to do all 4 Grand Slams.
I've just done 2, but I also want to do all 4.
Yeah. So what's different about this episode? Because when someone opens it, they're not going to see the name of a film in the title, which was intentional.
Yeah.
So Vishaal and I thought a little bit more about what we wanted to take this episode to discuss, and we couldn't find a movie we could agree on that was worth our time. So
we did almost watch K-pop Demon Hunter,
which I will still watch on my own. To be
I will probably still watch as well. I already know going into it, I don't know what I'm going to talk about because I don't know one, you K-pop fans, I'm scared of.
Not you K-pop fans, so don't.
No, I'm talking to not you, but like.
I was going to say, what?
To the world. You all are very, very intense in a way that I don't care for. And so if I say one thing wrong, you'll find this podcast and you will find me and hunt me down.
Okay, Liam Neeson. We will.
Good for him and Pam.
Maybe what we'll do is we'll discuss K-pop Demon Hunters on another episode, but not as like the feature film. Maybe it's just like, hey, we watched this.
Sure.
What do you think? Right. But either way, we're gonna honor the fact that we need to watch it because it's such a big deal for Netflix, and they just release it in theaters, even though it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
In any case, we decided to use this episode to have each of us discuss the 4 films that are in our Letterboxd top 4. So we're going to get into what Letterboxd is and how we as movie lovers use it. But that's our plan. So you're gonna hear us talk about 8 different films. Well, I'm assuming you have 4, right, Vishaal?
Yeah, I have 4, but then I have honorable mentions.
Ooh, me too. Great. Okay. So maybe more than 8, but it'll be a great chance for you to understand what are the 4 films that maybe, informed or inspired our love for cinema. When did we watch them? What do they mean to us? All the details that I think, help us relate to these films. So I can't wait to get started with that. Anything else before we jump in? You're dead, but nothing? Cool, great.
Actually, one thing.
Yeah.
I did have a moment this weekend because we actually did have to go film outside for like one portion of this project. And there, without spoiling a lot, there was some like oh my god, what am I saying? Influencery thing. Influencery. Like, like an influencer, but like an influencery type.
Influencer like.
Oh my god.
Just keep going. Finish the sentence.
I don't know if I can. So influencer like scenes. And I was so embarrassed and so in my head about it because it made me realize I could not do what they do. Like filming on the street and just vlogging their life, like that kind of stuff. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's a full-time job. I mean,
someone yelled out their window and made fun of it.
Yeah,
like
they are God's strongest soldiers, to be honest.
I meant to say us, and then I said it, but then instead I said ut. They made fun of ut.
First film.
Okay.
All right, wait. So who wants to start? Do you want to start? Or do you want me to start?
You start.
Okay.
Because I came up with this idea.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. All right. So, you know what? Before we jump in, let me give everyone understanding of what Letterboxd is, just so that they understand. So, Letterboxd, you may or may not have heard of it. It is an online social cataloging service for film where members can rate and review films, keep track of which ones they've seen in the past, and when they can also make lists of films to showcase their favorites. It's a great place for cinephiles to basically just learn more about each other and connect in the spirit of movies. So each Letterboxd user gets a chance to rate or kind of name their 4 favorites. And if you've ever seen any of those interviews on a red carpet of a movie premiere. Sometimes someone from Letterboxd is asking the stars to name their top 4. And it's an exercise that I think about a lot, because if I was ever on a red carpet, I'd want that to be one of the questions that I was asked. So I'm gonna name one of my Letterboxd 4. The first is Kill Bill Volume 1.
Ooh,
yeah, Kill Bill Volume 1.
This is a good one.
Came out in 2003. It stars Uma Thurman as the bride, who swears revenge on a group of assassins: Lucy Liu, Daryl Hannah, Vivica A. Fox, Michael Madsen, and their leader, Bill, David Carradine, after they try to kill her and her unborn child. Her journey takes her to Tokyo, where she battles the Yakuza. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino, and as I mentioned, the film is comprised of Uma Thurman, Daryl Hannah, Vivica A. Fox, Lucy Liu. It came out in 2003. And, okay, why is this in my top 4? Well, number 1, did you know that I got a black belt in Taekwondo when I was 10? Yeah, so I did Taekwondo from
when you were 10?
Yeah, I started when I was 6.
Oh my god, that's quick though.
I mean, I was a child. I was motivated, and I was busy, and I was really invested in it.
Who bullied you that you needed to go that
no
hard?
No one bullied me. It was something my dad did when he was a kid, and so he kind of inspired me to pick it up when I was 6. But yeah, I got my black belt. No, sorry, not 10, 11.
Well, I only got to yellow belt, which is the second belt. But then for Halloween, my parents, I think, dressed me up as some kind of like Karate Kid type thing. Yeah. Which I don't know if that would fly now, but I was in it.
I mean, I think there's plenty of kids in the U.S. that take up karate. Yeah, I loved it. I think it was probably one of the most formative activities and things that I did as a young kid. And I think because Kill Bill came out in 2003, as I was really at the kind of the apex of my Taekwondo career, so to speak, I think the movie then was incredible for the choreography of the martial arts and how lived in the movie felt. And even now when I watch it, but I haven't seen it in a couple years, but even now when I've watched it recently, it's just a movie that, like, Uma Thurman is fucking kicking ass. She's so good. So good. It's like a spaghetti western, and it's also a martial arts film. It's got like emotional stakes. It's got humor. It's got some anime. It's great. It's great. I've read an article that Quentin Tarantino says it's the one film that he knows he was born to make, and I feel like that's really evident. Yeah, when you watch it. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, he's also one of those directors that, like, I kind of have to set, especially that film, because the lore behind it is so chaotic, and like he was a nightmare on that set, and like it's like can you separate the art from the artist? And like that's one of those instances where I'm like, it's just so undeniably good that, like, now you said Volume 1, right?
Yes, Volume 1. Okay, I like Volume 2 as well, but Volume 1 is really my favorite.
I agree. Yeah. I fully agree.
Yeah.
When did you watch it? Like, when was the first time you watched it?
I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that I watched it as a 10-year-old, because that movie is really gory, but yeah, I also think I had to be 10, 11, 12. Like, I definitely watched it around I didn't watch it in theaters. I definitely watched it on DVD, but it was definitely around the time when it came out. So
yeah. I think I was probably like maybe 9th grade.
Which would be what for you? What year?
14, like 14, 15?
Look, 2000 what?
Oh, that would have been like 2005, 2006.
Yeah, that's like 2 years after the movie came out.
Yeah. So that's probably when I watched it.
Yeah.
But no, good one. And what, like, do you think something, because do you think that it's one of Tarantino's best films? Like, do you think it's in the top 3?
I mean, best, probably. I mean, I'd put Pulp Fiction up there, obviously, and then Inglourious Bastards. Yeah, I like Django Unchained. I like Hateful Eight, but I think those three are him really kind of firing on all cylinders for me.
Yeah. Jackie Brown is him too, right?
Jackie Brown's really good.
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs, like...
He's got a great filmography. Can't take that away from him.
I know. His last one is apparently coming.
We'll see. And then a little fun fact that I learned recently is that, so obviously Uma Thurman was in Pulp Fiction. They started kind of creating the concept for Kill Bill back in 1994. So Kill Bill was in development, like pre-development, for about almost 10 years before they actually...
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's Kill Bill. That's me. All right.
That's you. And now this is a song. My first one. So 2 of my picks are actually foreign films.
Okay.
They are not from the United States. They are from India. So Dil To Pagal Hai is a movie about this choreographer, and he owns this dance studio. His name is Rahul, and one of his best friends is named Nisha, and they've built this company up. It's very renowned. Nisha happens to be in love with Rahul, but he doesn't know. And Nisha ends up getting hurt. She hurts her foot, so she can't dance anymore. And so they're looking for a new dancer. And Rahul doesn't believe in love, doesn't believe in any of that. And he meets this new dancer who is played by Madhuri Dixit, who is just... She's in my top 5 of actors and like performers that if I ever meet, like I'd just burst into flames and tears. And so it's a 3.5-hour musical. It has like 11 songs in it. Beautiful, like beautiful movie. And it's kind of about their love story and how they end up having to put on a show together, and then the 2 women end up getting jealous of each other, and there's a dance battle. There's a dance-off in the studio, and then it obviously ends very happily and on a big musical number. And I watched it growing up, and it was the first movie that I remember during a song, there were kids in the song. And I remember thinking, I want to be one of those kids. Like, how are they on the screen? And so it was like the first film that I watched, and I was like, I have to watch more of this. And so that was like my first obsession with just like Indian films and Bollywood and musicals. And like, I remember asking my mom and dad for dance classes and voice lessons like right after that. So it was very, very, very influential. I watch it at least once a year. It's still one of my favorite movies. It's still so heartwarming and like very like, it's like anybody can watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah. So, wait, so it sounds like this movie was really informative in your pursuit of entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. And it was also a huge hit. It was also at the time.
Yeah.
It was at it was produced by this big studio that is now like one of the most famous studios in India, but also in the world. And it had 3 of the biggest actors in India at the time. Like they're huge at this point, and so it was this like blockbuster film, and so I like wanted to be in a part of all of it. Yeah.
Do you feel like the film's legacy has evolved over time, or do you feel like what it represented and what it meant to not just you but to the culture at large is more or less the same as what it is now?
I think it's, at least for me, I didn't grow up in India, so I grew up here, so I can't speak to people who grew up there like with it. I also think I was enamored with visiting the homeland and like getting to experience a film in a different language and like, just that energy. So for me, and I know the people in my life, the friends that I grew up with, they still hold this one pretty dear to their hearts. Like it's easily in my top 5 favorite Indian movies.
Yeah. I love that.
I love that. I love it. And, I don't have any interesting facts about it. And I don't think anything's really misunderstood about it. It's really just like a very wholesome, like heartwarming film.
Yeah. That's great. Listen, sounds like it was a joy for all parties involved to work on it, which is not the case with everything.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, what's yours?
All right, my second one.
Also, am I really dark?
Yeah, it is getting a little dark on your side. It is.
So should I get a ring light?
Or just, don't you have a lamp over in the corner?
I do, but like, just wait. I'm gonna look like a pumpkin.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
This might be our most chaotic episode.
No, but I think it's the most fun. All right.
Okay.
So my next film, Jaws.
Jaws.
Yeah. So one thing I'm gonna say is that I strongly dislike when people make their top 4 on Letterboxd these like really, in some cases, esoteric or like really like cinephilic films.
I
like,
know.
I want people to just pick the films that really shaped and molded their love for cinema. And I cannot lie, Jaws was one of those films for me. I can't recall when I first watched it, but obviously Jaws is like one of the most well-known films, at least in American cinema. It stars Roy Scheider as a police chief, Martin Brody, who, with the help of a marine biologist, Richard Dreyfuss, and a professional shark hunter, Robert Shaw, hunts a man-eating great white shark that attacks beachgoers at a New England summer resort town. I'll preface by saying that I am both terrified and fascinated with sharks, so I think this movie was always right at the intersection of both like the things that fascinated me and the things that terrified me. I grew up knowing how to swim. We grew up going to the beach. So having Jaws as a part of my consciousness was just like so yeah. I don't even know how to explain it, but the movie was just so fundamental to my understanding of like my own fears.
I was scared of the sea for a long time after seeing that, and like the music alone, I don't know if the movie would have been as good without that theme.
Well, okay, so this is what I was going to say. I just watched the documentary about the movie because it's been 50 years, and obviously they used a mechanical shark for Jaws.
Sure.
Which had a lot of issues. Bruce, the shark, had a lot of issues, and so what John Williams... Bruce, which is Finding Nemo, the shark is an ode to Jaws. But John Williams and Steven Spielberg decided to use music to better kind of announce the presence of the shark in ways that it could not be kind of physically manifested on screen. And that's how the score ended up becoming so fundamental to just the experience of the movie. So I love that. Love that. But yeah, I mean, what can I say? I just watched it just 2-3 weeks ago because, it's summer. Yeah, because I think it's a good summer horror movie. It's unlike other movies that are in the genre that are really built around October. This is a movie where you are at the beach and you're you're imagining summer activities as you're thinking about Jaws and sharks. And so this, very much like I Know What You Did Last Summer, is a July or summer horror movie.
How dare you bring up Jaws and I Know What You Did Last Summer?
They exist in a canon. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
The fisherman hooks Bruce? Is that the...
All I'm saying is that it's not a coincidence. Okay?
Now, here's my question. What are your opinions on Jaws 2?
Okay, so Jaws 2 is actually the one that I've probably seen more than Jaws.
Really?
Yeah, because it was the one that I remember seeing on, I can't remember what channel, but it was the one that was always on TV growing up.
Yes,
and so I remember parts of Jaws 2 more than I remember parts of Jaws.
Is there a Jaws 3?
It's not as... I haven't seen Jaws 3. Jaws 3 is the one where they're also on the... It's the people who are standing on top of each other as they're riding not the jet skis, but the water skis.
Oh, and he pops up and says, "I'm hungry."
Yes, right. So that's Jaws 3. I think Jaws 4 is like a 4D movie.
There's a 4?
There's a 4. Yeah.
Why can't they just stop?
I mean, Jaws literally spawned
Sharknado.
Like a whole like genre of
it did
of movies. So it'll never stop. But that's Jaws 1975.
Very, very good.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll because we're doing a little creepy now. Mine is Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
Okay. I was not expecting this.
Oh, I love this film. Not only because I think it's a fantastic acting piece, but I think that it is, from a filmmaking standpoint, like fucking incredible. It is so brilliant how he did this. And Alfred Hitchcock, not a great man. Actually, pretty awful human. Great director. Yeah. But for those that don't know, the story of Psycho is about this woman named Marion Crane, who is played by Janet Leigh, who is Jamie Lee Curtis's mother.
Right.
And so Marion flees a city, and she checks into this place called the Bates Motel, and she steals money from her employer and just leaves town very, very quickly. And she's kind of paranoid, and she ends up checking into this motel, and she has this weird encounter with the owner of the motel named Norman Bates, who is played by Anthony Perkins, and everything kind of just falls apart after that encounter. And if you've never seen it, I encourage people to watch it. It is a masterclass in how to build tension. It is still, the characters are still fully formed. They are fully realized. They're fleshed out. They're flawed. It's a little funny. Like it is, to me, a 10 out of 10. I don't have a note for the film, honestly.
Yeah.
And this was one of those movies that I remember growing up watching and begging my dad to let me watch it. Because as a kid, they let me also watch a lot of horror movies at like 8 or 9, which was like I watched The Blair Witch Project when I was like,
oh my gosh, terrifying.
Like maybe 9. Like, no idea why.
Yeah.
But I begged them to make my mom and dad to let me watch them. But this one, I will never forget even the opening credits.
Yeah.
Just the way that the way that the score is, you sort of utilizing the movement of the screen and like the crisscross patterns to just highlight like the credits, and also the urgency of this character like leaving town, and you know that something bad is going to happen. I think that it's just peak filmmaking. And like he gets performances out of people that like at that time I think would have been a little bit left of center. And this is a spoiler alert, but so Janet Leigh at that time, big star. Like she was a big star. And she ends up getting killed in what people know as the iconic shower sequence, where she gets murdered in the shower. And at that time, it was quite a shock because, like, she was on all of the promo. Very similar to, like, Drew Barrymore and
Scream. Yep.
They did that on purpose so that people went to go see this movie. And when she got killed, people were in disbelief that, like, there's no way that she would have died.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And the film also plays into this idea of mental illness. Oddly enough, maybe one of the elements that is a little bit problematic, unfortunately, is there are all elements of admonishing queerness or cross-dressing in a way that I think for the time it makes sense for the time, but I don't think Hitchcock, I don't know how much has been excavated on his thoughts about any of that, but
right.
It is about someone's sort of descent into madness, and I think that it's a very interesting character study. But I just love it. I think it still creeps me the hell out every time I watch it. It was also, fun little fact, It was the first American movie to showcase a toilet flushing on screen.
Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And that shower scene, it took them 7 days to shoot it because it had 70 different camera setups.
Wow.
For that one little sequence. That's maybe 3 minutes in total.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
And he financed it himself. The studio didn't want to do it. They backed out.
Was Birds in Vertigo, was that before or after Psycho?
Vertigo, I believe, was before. And then I think Birds was after. I think.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Let's do a little peruse. We can cut this out, but...
Well, okay, so...
Yeah, Vertigo was before.
Okay, Vertigo
1958.
was before. Okay, so right before.
Right, yeah. And then, yeah, The Birds is 1963.
Okay. So obviously there's been... Psycho spawned so many... both sequels and, adaptations.
Yuck. We don't talk about those sequels.
I was going to ask, what's your relationship with the kind of broader Psycho universe, like The Bates Motel, or maybe American Psycho, or which has no connection, but
you might think. So the sequels, all trash. They're absolute trash. Every single one of them, and they're all focused on Norman, who, again, spoiler, ends up being our killer. But
you're going to spoil a movie that's been out for literally.
There are a lot of people that haven't seen it.
65 years.
It is, yeah, truly. Well, if you haven't seen it, then sorry. But the sort of the twist is that Norman, who is taking care of his mother, and in this house that sort of looms over the hotel. And it turns out that the mother is fully dead and is in the basement as a skeleton, and Norman has been putting on her wigs and dresses to go kill people in the motel. So we find that out, which is a very, 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 very terrifying sort of visual when you when it's all revealed at the very end.
In the basement.
In the basement, yes.
Right.
And what I think also makes the film so spooky, like Jaws, is the score. The very simple violins that play during any of the murders is still terrifying, and it's been spoofed. It's also been it's a I'm sure you've seen it on any social media app. You can insert it into a video, but that I don't think the sequels they modernize it. They play into the violence a little bit more, so they're much gorier. Psycho is not a gory film. It's not
right.
It's all about more of the suspense. You don't really see any of the violence, which makes it even more horrific. The sequels are bad. They did a remake, I think, in 99.
Right.
Gus Van Sant. Gus. Again, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm so tired that I can't say anything. Let me make sure. Yes, I'm right. Gus Van Sant. He did a remake, and the whole thing, and I'll always remember it because I went and saw it in theaters. It was a shot-for-shot remake, and it was in color. So that was the thing. Anne Heche played Marianne Crane.
Yeah.
Julianne Moore played her sister, and then William H. Macy played the detective that's also in the original movie. And it was terrible.
Oh, Julianne Moore, I love her, but
actors were great. It just doesn't work. It just didn't work. It was what was the point of remaking it?
Right. I hate that. I mean, it's almost a little. It's so disrespectful to think you can do a shot-for-shot remake and think you'd do it better.
Shot-for-shot.
You might as well just do something totally different that kind of flips on its head.
100%. And there's also something about it being in color that changes the, just the entire visual aesthetic. That black and white, there's a cleanness to Psycho that when the bad things start happening, you start to really look at the frame and think, okay, where are they putting shadows? What is the lighting? What are these set pieces? They all start to play a part in a way that in color, for some reason, it doesn't work. Oh yeah, Vince Vaughn plays Norman Bates, which is
I was going to ask who plays Norman. Yeah.
Huge miscast. Like,
Yeah.
does not work. Does not work at all.
I kind of want to watch it just to see how bad it is. Is that crazy?
No, watch it. Absolutely watch it.
Yeah.
If you've seen the original, then watch it. You're just not going to like it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
Okay.
it.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up because my next film is, I think, in many ways indebted to Psycho. It is Halloween.
That was on my.
Was it on your list?
It was on my. It was bubbling.
It was bubbling under.
Yeah. It was bubbling under. My Billboard hot bubbling under. Yes, it was. Yes, when we talk about honorable mentions, that will be brought up.
Love it. So Halloween came out in 1978. So here's the logline. Set mostly in the fictional Illinois town of Haydenfield, the film follows a mental patient, Michael Myers, who was committed to a sanitarium.
I just have never thought of him as a mental patient, but he
was,
yeah.
For murdering his teenage sister one Halloween night during his childhood. He escapes 15 years later and returns to Haddonfield, where he stalks teenage babysitter Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and her friends, while his psychiatrist, Dr. Samuel Loomis, pursues him. Obviously directed by John Carpenter, probably the first slasher. Or it was like the first modern slasher, I would say. Again, can't remember when I watched this for the first time. Obviously, it was out 15 years prior to when I was even born. So I'm sure it was just kind of playing on TV when I watched it. But very much like Psycho, it's a movie that has violence, but not a lot of blood. So, and so much of the kind of the fright and the suspense is built around this fictional town that feels so idyllic and yet is being stalked by this maniac whose face you can't see. And when I was writing this, it made me think about how films like Weapons are also still in the lineage of Halloween and like how they kind of set up the environment. But I mean, again, Halloween is a film that has been bastardized by its sequels and by other films that have tried to copy it. But I do feel like Halloween, as a standalone film, was such a watershed moment for the horror genre. I also think a lot about how it being from the 70s, I think a lot about how the film is either an affirmation or a condemnation of kind of the social mores that we placed upon teenagers in the 70s.
Oh my God. Okay.
A lot of them. Yeah, a lot of them are just... Yeah, no, seriously.
Yeah, wow. No. I've just never thought of it that way.
I mean, they drink, they have sex. Laurie, being the only one who doesn't do any of that, is the one who survives. And so... I don't know, kind of like what you said, I don't know if John Carpenter has ever commented on that, but I find the film an interesting kind of projection of how we as a culture, American culture, were thinking about teenage promiscuity in the 70s.
Wow. What a dissertation that I was not expecting.
In a different life, I probably would have done it, to be honest.
Yeah. I love that film.
It's so good.
It's fantastic. Again, I think we're drawn to movies that the scores have a really big part of.
Well, we love music.
We do. So this makes sense because that score, iconic, and it's literally just like a piano. It's just like a couple notes on a piano, very very simple.
Yeah.
With like a synth.
Yeah, that's it.
That one really gets me. I always I'm also just realizing Michael Myers was so he's only 23 murdering all these people?
Yeah, basically.
Hell? Get a hobby, man. Do anything else.
That is his hobby.
I guess so. What do you think about the sequels? The sequels.
Okay, so this is very similar to Jaws. I probably grew up watching Halloween 4 and 5 the most out of all of them.
Is that Witch?
Because no, Halloween Season of the Witch is 3. Halloween 4 is a return of Michael Myers. Halloween 5 is a revenge of Michael Myers, and then it stops.
That's Danielle Harris.
Correct, and then it picks back up in the 90s with the Curse of Michael Myers, which is only connected to the first one. So it neglects everything that happened in between, and then Halloween H2O with Jamie Lee Curtis acts as a standalone sequel to the first one. So like they've tried to create so many different like
crazy.
Yeah. I will say I did enjoy the Legacy sequel that came out in 2018 with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes, the other ones were bad, but the first one was great.
From 2018. I thought that was a good way to pay homage to the original while also still being relevant. Trauma.
PTSD. Trauma.
Yeah. Intergenerational trauma.
Trauma and Jamie Lee Curtis.
That's Halloween.
Yes.
I love Halloween.
Yes.
And I watch it every Halloween.
I do too. The Curse of Michael Myers, that one still messes me up for some reason.
It's creepy.
I think because there's one one Baby Paul Rudd.
Yes.
Baby Paul Rudd. Does he die?
No, he's Tommy. He's fine.
Oh yeah, he's fine. There's one scene in it with like linens.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And it freaked me out. That poor lady was just... I know. She was not doing anything.
With an axe.
Which, like, why did he get an axe? Like, where did we... I've watched all of them, but I forget, like, when it deviated into, like, this... He's like... There's, like, a witchy element to it, and then it, like... And then he's trying to get the little girl, which is Danielle Harris, and then I'm like, man...
His niece. Right.
Yes, his niece.
Because Jamie Lee Curtis has a child that she abandons, and then he starts going after her. Yeah.
Right, which like we don't talk about any of those sequels.
Yeah, I know. I mean, they're kind of forgotten, to be honest.
Yeah, H2O is great. Yeah. H2O is like a solid return.
Yep.
Michelle Williams.
Yep. Josh Hartnett.
Yeah.
You know.
Jodie Lynn O'Keefe. I think she's great.
LL Cool J.
Right. Right. And then Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who dies at the very beginning. In the very beginning.
Yeah.
Hockey figure skates to the head.
I haven't seen that one in a minute, but I do remember him dying. I just remember how he died.
Someone, his friend or somebody has like a figure skate in his head.
That makes more sense.
Now, the one that we should have been talking about is Halloween Resurrection.
That was so bad.
With Tyra Banks.
And Busta Rhymes.
And Busta Rhymes. Where Michael Myers, there's a reality show, and they decide to go spend the night in the house.
Right.
And it's like it was like the era of like webcams, and so you're watching the film. Now, is Tyra in the house, or is she?
She was kind of, I guess, the camera operator. So.
And she dies, right?
Oh yeah, no, they all died except Busta Rhymes and the final girl, basically.
And I think the lore there was Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, and Laurie dies in that one, but it was because she was contractually obligated and she tried to get out, but they were like, "We will sue you." So she had to do it, and she's like, "I fucking hate that movie."
So yeah, Laurie has died in one of the movies, which is the funniest part about all of this.
Yeah.
So that's Halloween.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going back to India.
Okay.
But we are pulling in Shakespeare.
Okay.
You know, that guy. So this is another film that is an adaptation of Othello, and it's called Omkara, which is the name of one of the lead characters. And it is an adaptation of Shakespeare, of Othello. Mm-hmm. But it's set in this like very rural village in a place called Uttar Pradesh, and it is Othello's already very, very dark. Mm-hmm. It's already extraordinarily dark and very twisted. But this adaptation, because it's set in a very remote village where there's class and politics at play here, it adds this level of like grit that I find so wonderful. And it's also like Othello's about like the corrosive power of like manipulation, right?
Right.
And because of these characters and where they sit in sort of like the caste system and like the lack of wealth, when havoc starts to occur at the very end of the film, it's even more heartbreaking. And weirdly, the director, another Vishaal,
Okay.
He has a trilogy of Macbeth, Hamlet, and Othello that he's done different adaptations of, and his films are brilliant. And he also, I believe, did the music for this. So it is a musical. It's like but it's not a happy one. It's very, very like rustic, all live instrumentations. It has some of the most memorable songs that I've ever heard on screen. I'm gonna send you some.
Yeah.
There's one called Beatty, which is just it will get you dancing, but then you're also like something bad is about to happen. The set pieces are all there. It also gives, in my opinion, for some of the Bollywood actors, it has given them some of their like career best performances. And for some of them, these were actors that I think at the time were kind of discounted as kind of like popcorn actors, and he put a lot of them in this movie and like took all of their makeup off, all like devoid of glam, and kind of just gave them a brilliant script that they had to work with. And it is incredible. There's an actor named Saif Ali Khan who he plays the Iago. And it is one of the most haunting Iagos that I've ever seen. It is why Iago is actually one of my dream roles to play. I've never gotten to play it yet, and I would like to.
Great character. Great Shakespearean
Incredible character. Yeah. And also, you know, Othello, the interesting thing about this one too is that because Othello is it's a story also, you know, in the original version it's about race. That's like a major plot point in this.
Core part of the tension. Right?
Absolutely. But with this one, caste politics and race does play a part in it, but it because everybody is Indian, there's an element of colorism,
right?
That it sort of takes the place of it, but that still makes it even more like you feel the anger from some of these characters and like the deceit woven into all of it. It is, I mean, it's brilliant. I think it's don't let it. Weirdly, a lot of mine are musicals, but like don't let that scare you from watching it. It's like the first time that I have watched an Indian movie. I remember as a kid watching it and being like, oh, this is the first time that I'm really understanding that like the music is not just there to be like a music video. It is actually moving the plot along in a way. And
right.
Yeah, it's great.
I love that. Wait, so it is a musical, and it's also Shakespearean. Okay.
Yeah, it's a musical. It's they've adapted it. So you're not actually he's not using like the actual text. The original text. So they're not, but they are at times speaking in like iambic pentameter. But it's broken down into a couple of different languages. I believe there's Hindi. There's a little bit of Urdu. There's other things in there.
Okay.
And the film was controversial because there was a lot of cursing in it, and that like really wasn't a thing when I was growing up. Like there was no kissing, there was no cursing, and in this there's sex, there's violence, there's bad language, and so it kind of messed with the format in many ways. And yeah, very ambitious, and I think it sticks the landing. But I love it.
I was gonna ask what the legacy of the film is, just knowing that it kind of takes the big themes of Othello and projects them onto Indian culture in a way that feels much more, like real. And
yeah, I think that it's, I mean, I know for the director, it's still regarded as one of his like best works, and he's done a lot of really, really incredible stuff. And even all of his adaptations, I think they're fantastic. This is my favorite. So I think that is one thing. But I also think that its legacy is that it does give this actor Saif Ali Khan, like truly, I think to this day, it's still his best performance. Like it's still one of his greatest. And he was an actor who very much was discounted as like just a pretty face. And he comes from like a film dynasty. Like he is a Dempo baby and is somebody who like was born into this world. And just kills. Like he's just so good in it. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. Anything else about the film?
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna send you that song after.
Don't send it. I forgot one more. So this film is very different from the last three in that it is probably the most understated of the four. It does not feel like a spectacle. Do you want to guess what it is?
It does not feel like a spectacle. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it something that is recent?
No, we're not doing a guessing game. You get one guess. You get one guess.
Oh, okay. You didn't lay those rules out before I started
about
asking
to share,
the questions.
But yeah.
There's millions of movies. I can't like.
I get it. I get it. It's Moonlight.
Oh, I knew that.
Yeah, I picked Moonlight. So
yeah.
Beautiful film from 2016. Barry Jenkins. Not feature film debut. I think it might have been his sophomore. Mm-hmm. But it's about a young African American man who grapples with his identity and sexuality while experiencing the everyday struggles of childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. Again, directed by Barry Jenkins, but incredible ensemble cast. Javante Rhodes, Mahershala Ali, Andre Holland, who I see in the neighborhood every now and again. Jarrell Jerome.
Weirdly enough, I think he now lives, or he bought my friend's brownstone after they renovated it. I think because my friend was at their old home.
Yeah,
and Andre was there.
Yeah.
Anyways,
he's
continue.
great. Janelle Monáe, Ashton Sanders, and Naomi Harris. Okay, so this came out 2016. I was living in Austin. I will never forget. There was so much hype around the movie already, so I knew I was going to go see it opening weekend or just like when it was in theaters. Took myself to the theater. I just remember sitting in my seat, lights went down, movie starts, whole theater is silent, the lights come up, and everyone is almost coming out of like a dreamlike state. Mm-hmm. Like it was just, the film just transported you to this world of this young person. And I think me being both black, I wasn't out at the time. So I think even that felt, it felt like an experience that I wanted to have by myself and not have to like experience with somebody else because it was so personal. But yeah, I mean, I almost can't even articulate what it means. I do feel like it was so important to me coming to terms with my own sexuality and really like stepping into that truth. There were a lot of things that were happening in my life at the time, but I do feel like Moonlight was really important to really that experience. You know, I love the fact that it was so acclaimed in the award season. I think even if it wasn't, it'd still be one of my favorites because it's just like it just feels like a love letter to black boys and queer black boys, or maybe just black boys who just deserve to just be themselves, you know? That's Moonlight. Yeah.
Naomi Harris.
Incredible. Janelle Monáe, Mahershala Ali.
All of them.
Incredible. Javante Rhodes. I feel like that was like his breakout moment.
I know. I know. I that was one of the first movies that I remember, because it's in Miami, right?
It's at Miami, right?
It made Miami feel romantic.
Yeah.
In a way that I've never seen on film.
Yeah.
Even just the way that it's like the color grading and like the soundtrack and it was just like a lot of like slow takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also brought forth that Barry Jenkins style of the two characters looking at each other and whether looking at the camera, but like it's so intimate and so vulnerable.
Very much so. And three actors playing the parts in three different ways. I feel like that opened up a lot of movies were doing it. I know a lot of now like musicals on Broadway do it, like or plays on Broadway when they're doing, you know, like a biopic of somebody's life. Like they have a young, a middle, and an old. And I feel like that movie reminded people that you can do that.
Yeah, like Donna Summer actually does it. I'm pretty sure because
Cher Show Donna Summer,
one of the Donna Summers, right?
She sure did.
Yeah, yeah. What else can I say? Yeah, it's great. I think that was like the peak of A24. Like, just saying, that movie was made for $1.5 million.
Yep. And it made like 55?
Something like that, I'm trying to think of any other fun facts or anything else that I learned. No. Won Best Picture.
Well, we got to talk about the Oscars.
Oh, do we?
We got to talk about La La Land.
You know what's crazy? I actually saw La La Land in theaters as well. I enjoyed La La Land. I'm not even a La La Land hater. But that moment at the Oscars where I don't even know how Warren Beatty... Was it Warren Beatty?
Yeah, Faye Dunaway.
Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty opened the envelope, and how do they read La La Land if the winner's Moonlight? I don't even know why La La Land would even be on the card.
I heard that it was the wrong card.
Who makes the wrong card?
Apparently, I don't know if this is true, so I could be lying. I could be absolutely lying. But the story that I heard was that the card was still the Best Actress card. So it said Emma Stone.
Oh,
and so
I
they
see.
thought
It was La La
That's what I heard, but I don't know. I don't know what this is lore at this point, so I don't know if that's actually true.
So right. So let's just kind of wrap this up then, because he says La La Land. They all go up. They give their speeches, but they're looking at the card and they can see that it doesn't say the producers' names. It says Emma Stone's name. They, to the audience, say, "No, Moonlight, you guys won. You get up here." Everyone in the audience is dazed and confused. The Moonlight team goes up. They get their moment, but obviously it's not the same thing, because you're always going to be the winner that wasn't.
But they did win. My favorite part about that entire thing, not only was it the appropriate film to win, it was the better film to win.
100%.
And a spotlight, a community that that never gets an opportunity to tell that kind of story.
Yeah.
My favorite part of that entire thing is there is a shot of Ryan Gosling truly giggling with a hand over his mouth, and he thinks it is the funniest damn thing. And that's when I knew. I was like, I love you. You're great.
He is a stand-up guy. Now, here's what I will say. I feel like in the wake of that movie winning Best Picture at the Oscars, I think there was a part of us that expected to see a lot more queer black cinema, or maybe just black cinema, right? That was being supported.
I think both.
Both. Can you name 3 other kind of black queer love stories that have been produced by studios that have come out since Moonlight?
No.
I can't either.
I can't name one, honestly.
And I feel like in a weird way, like that has become part of the legacy of the film. Like, it was a big moment for a chance for us to tell different stories that never actually came to fruition.
Yeah.
And, it kind of feels like Halle Berry winning Best Actress in 2002, but no one winning after her. Like, you think this moment is going to break a glass ceiling, and it ends up almost reinforcing it in a way.
Yeah, it's tough. I would have bet money that we would have seen more.
Yeah, something, right?
Queer, black-led, black-produced films.
Yeah.
But no, it's also like every year there is one group that a lot of these white voting members are like, cool, this is going to be the diversity film.
Right.
And we think, okay, well, this is the moment, like maybe things will change, and like sometimes they do, but like, and they make an impact, like, don't get me wrong. It's important that these films are at those award stages, but whenever anyone talks to me and says, well, why do awards matter? Or and I'm like, because it's visibility,
right. and money at the end of the day.
It's money. And the thing that's very disheartening is that with awards campaigns, the film can cost $1 to $2 million to make, but like if your studio or if your entity is not fronting the money to build that campaign, but they're doing it for a mediocre white-led project that we've seen over and over again, nothing's actually going to change.
Right.
You can build your own system and create your own communities and make the things you want to make, but for sort of mainstream success, if you care about that and you want that,
right,
you kind of have to work within the system. And
right.
That's why so many filmmakers just go independent and do it all on their own. They raise all the money on their own and they build the marketing dollars into their budget now, because like you can't rely on an A24 picking it up anymore, or a Neon. Enough. Like it's just not enough. Like
it's not enough.
Yeah. So I hope that it's always very cyclical too. So I hope that we get another Moonlight at some point. It's also wild because Barry Jenkins is not a queer person, right?
He's not, although he is an alpha. He's the same fraternity as me.
Oh, he is? Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm just curious, like somebody I thought he was when the movie came out, and then when I found out he's not, I was like, oh my God, what a beautiful perspective.
He's not, but the co-writer of the film, who he won the
Terrell.
Yes, he is. So he had a queer person really at the helm of the film, which I think was important. But yeah, Barry Jenkins is not.
I mean, he just captured like queer. I mean, I'm sure I am not a black queer person, but just that like kind of coming up, growing up, knowing that you're different.
Yeah. And
then seeing other people that are also different, but you don't know really what to say. It's just there's so many silences that I think in that film that make it so
beautiful.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, totally agree. So that's Moonlight. That's my last film.
I like that one. Well, mine is. I did not realize that I had so many music-based or musical projects. But my last one is a movie that I come to probably once a month.
Okay.
I come to. Did I say that right?
You find your way back to.
Yes, Elijah, please take that. I don't come to this movie.
What movie is it?
It is Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. I love Chicago.
It is...
once a month is a lot.
I watched this film because I am also writing a musical now. It is the first American film that in my like adult, or not even adult, like in my like grown I guess I would know, maybe not adulthood, but like when I was old enough to kind of like understand art and like, and was able to kind of like dissect it. It was the first modern movie musical that like made me realize, oh, you can tell this all from the perspective of one person's like eye. And literally that's how the movie starts. And so Chicago, if people don't know, it's a 1920s jazz sort of inspired musical where there's a woman, aspiring star Roxy Hart, who in the film is played by Renee Zellweger, and she wants to be a star. She wants to be a vaudeville star. Like she will do everything that she can to do it. And she has a boyfriend who promises her that she's going to be a star. He lies because he's just wanting to hook up with her. She shoots him, as you do. And she gets put into prison. And she meets Velma Kelly, who's played by Catherine Zeta-Jones. And they have this lawyer named Billy Flynn, who is played by Richard Gere. And the film kind of chronicles the idea of fame and money and murder and success and what that means and what you'll do for success. And it's a full dark comedy on the idea of like being fame hungry. And it's set in a time where like if you are a murderer, you are a celebrity. And so it is also one of the rare movie adaptations that like is just so much better than the actual stage show.
Than the stage play, yeah.
The stage show is dated, to say it nicely. This adds so many modern, wonderful elements. It also infuses Bob Fosse's like signature like choreography in a way that like I didn't really understand watching it on stage, and now when I've seen it in this movie, it's all I think about. Mm-hmm. The music, the orchestra, the arrangements are just so lush and wonderful and beautiful. I remember in middle school listening to this on repeat. And my parents, and my dad does not like musicals, but he was like, okay, I like this one.
Yeah.
And it's adult. It is not a kid's musical.
Yeah, it's adult.
It's very adult. But it is just, I just think that it wraps everything up and talks about so many things. And also, I think also gives many of these actors some of their career best performances. Like John C. Reilly is in it and plays Roxy's husband, also fantastic. Catherine Zeta-Jones won an Oscar for this.
Yeah.
Like, I will never look at anyone playing Velma Kelly the same way.
Right. She is Velma Kelly.
She is 100% is. Yeah. And they cast people who could sing and dance.
Right.
And were fantastic actors, and like,
yeah,
I just think it's great. I think it's Rob Marshall's last great,
and that's saying a lot.
Film.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's true though. I mean, he's done so many since then, but they have not.
Yeah, Nine didn't really hit the way that I think they wanted.
No,
Little Mermaid,
love Halle Bailey, but.
Not in the top 10 of musicals.
Disney films are hard.
They are hard.
They're hard.
Yeah, I
love that.
It's also the movie that I realized that I want to do a Fosse musical. I want to dance.
Yes. I mean, I'm thinking about it more. Maya, Taye Diggs.
Maya's
Queen Latifah.
Oh, Queen Latifah. Also, like so many Oscar nominations. Richard Gere robbed.
Yeah. Who won that year?
Well, he didn't get a nomination.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's why he was robbed.
I see.
The only win in the acting categories was Catherine.
Yeah.
But I think it won like somewhere between 6 to 8 Oscars. It ended up winning Best Picture.
Right.
Right. And it also, the thing that it did really well was it took out things in the stage show that did not make sense, or it added fluff, and it would put those songs like in the background, and it would still move the plot. Like it's like a 2-hour movie that does not stop, and I think it's fantastic.
Hell yeah, I love Chicago.
It's the best.
Love Chicago.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have one.
Okay, I have 9.
Oh.
I'll go through mine quick.
I could kind of rattle them off, but the ones that come to mind: Interstellar, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Let me stop there, and then you go. And then if there's something else that I think is like worth mentioning, then I'll.
Well, maybe on my list you'll see.
Maybe, yeah.
So in the Interstellar world, The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. Okay.
Think about that movie a lot.
Yeah.
Think about Heath.
I mean, incredible performances.
Incredible performances. Just incredible all around. It made me like understand that world, Batman, a lot more. I actually think All We Imagine Is Light is up there now.
Okay. Yeah.
I still think about that movie and those performances a lot. Now here's a weird one.
Okay.
I watch this movie every Christmas. The Holiday.
The Holiday. Yeah.
I think I will defend it. I think it is a perfect film. Is it 30 minutes too long? Sure. But I will watch Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz just swap houses at any given point in time.
Swap houses.
And I will listen to that. I think the score is what gets me. I think it's so good. That's one. Halloween was on mine.
Okay.
It Happened One Night, which was like the start of the modern rom-com.
Right. That's with Bette Davis, right?
No.
Who's
Cary
that?
Grant.
Cary Grant.
Wait. I don't trust anything I'm saying today, friends and listeners. I just want to make sure that I'm telling you the And I'm absolutely wrong. It is not Cary Grant because it is Clark Gable.
Clark Gable. Okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay. That's fair.
That's what I meant.
That's a CG.
I think I'm genuinely broken. It happened one night.
Yeah.
City Lights.
Okay.
Mr. Chaplin.
Yeah.
Singing in the Rain is up there.
Okay.
Monsoon Wedding, which is Mira Nair's breakout kind of film. One of them. Which is, for those that don't know, is Zoran's mom.
Mm-hmm. Mississippi Malala.
Yeah. You made me think about a queer film that like kind of changed me in a moment of my life. It was Andrew Hay's Weekend. Breaks me.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
You gotta watch it.
I've got homework.
You gotta watch it. But it's also I was just kind of coming to terms with like my queerness and like I was dating, all the humans in the world, and I was like, what is this? And then I met somebody, and I was like, oh, this is what it feels like. I watched that movie sobbing. And then Mean Girls.
Mean Girls.
Love Mean Girls. And then my last one.
Yeah.
Because we can't go a podcast without talking about her. It's Homecoming, a film by Beyonce.
Oh, does that count? I guess it does. Yeah.
Documentaries count.
That does count. You're so right. That's so right.
I watch Homecoming maybe not once a month, but I do watch parts of it once a month at least.
That'd be a honorable mention for me too. I've got two more for sure, and I got to think about this last one because it's so recent. I don't want to just say it because it came out recently, but Shrek.
Not Shrek 2.
I love Shrek 2, but I think Shrek as the film to kind of kick it off is just lights out. Y tu mamá también.
Ooh.
Yeah. In a similar way, Talk to Her. Like those two films, it's like
I literally thought you meant Talk to Me.
No, Talk to Her.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Like,
and then I don't think, Vishaal, there is a single, let's say, day might be extreme. There's not a single week where I don't think about past lives.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, me either. I saw it in July when it came out.
Yeah.
And just I don't know. I think it was the Greta Lee of it all. I had no real kind of awareness of Celine's song before that. Mm-hmm. I knew her, but I didn't know her in that way. And I sometimes you just can't explain why a film moves you or why it does what it does. But that film in particular, I think, which is why it made Materialist so upsetting. because I love Past Lives so much.
I like Past Lives a lot too. I also think about The Materialist daily.
Yeah, but for the wrong reasons.
No, I think it's grown on me a little bit more than other people. It was, I think where it really did lose me was when like Dakota becomes Carmen Sandiego. Like,
correct.
That's really where it lost me. I do think that it's one of Chris Evans' best.
Well, he's been doing Marvel films for the last 15 years.
I know, and now he's doing like cool, weird things. I'm into it.
Like, do more of that.
Yeah. I know. Okay, well, that's it. I could have gone on. We should do this again because I want to do like second tier.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, we should do worst films. Top 4 worst films.
All right, everyone, we're gonna cut this.
I need to sleep.
Well, but before we leave, anything of note you want to mention? Maybe, folks, if you enjoy watching movies and kind of connecting with your friends and other people on them, download and get a Letterboxd account. I think it's been a great way for me to familiarize myself with other films that I probably otherwise wouldn't know about. Because you can see what your friends are looking at, or what they're watching, what they're reviewing. So
I should do it. I should actually be more active on it.
Yeah. I try not to do crazy reviews that are like over 30 words, to be honest, but it's a great way to keep track of films that you want to watch, your watch list. Look at us giving Letterboxd free promo. But
I know. Can they sponsor us? Actually, more people, tell your friends about this so that we can get bigger, and then people can sponsor us. It's very, very simple.
It is very simple. But this is great. I loved it. I think you're right. We should do a worst movies podcast. That will be pretty long because there's a lot of them. But I'll be concise.
I know. We got to do top 4.
Top 4.
Yeah. I learned. You know what? I learned things about you today, and I've known you for a while.
I will say I learned things about you too. You love musicals. Yeah.
The thing is that I don't think I'm like, I like musicals, but I don't think I'm like I'm more of like a drama, dark comedy person. But I don't know, those 4 I just constantly go to. I think what I also realize is that I like a full, because I'm a theater kid, so like I come from I want the full, I want all of it.
Right.
I want a little music, I want a little comedy, I want a little drama, I want a little I guess violence in some instances, but
Right. Actually, you saying this reminded me, if there's one film that's not my top 4, but I loved, Hairspray. The one from 2007.
Not the live.
Not the live. And not the one from the 80s, but Hairspray.
Okay. No, yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I remember watching that at home on my DVD player constantly. And Dreamgirls, actually, I take it back. Dreamgirls is probably a film that I can recite word for word.
Whoa.
Yeah. And the Beyonce of it all was, it was big. So Dreamgirls is definitely an honorable mention.
That's weirdly one of the movies that I feel like the show is better.
I haven't seen the show.
It hasn't, they haven't done it here in New York in a while. I think there might be. I'm interested to see if you saw the stage show, if you would think the same thing.
It's colorful. I feel like it works well on stage because it's about a musical group. So
100%.
I feel like when it does come back inevitably to Broadway as a adaptation or revival.
Well, Amber Riley is supposedly. I'm not starting rumors. We can cut that.
Ooh, okay. On that note, we're leaving it.
I don't have any hot takes because my hot take is that I think I need to go to bed.
That's your hot take. Okay.
That's just my take. There's nothing hot about it.
See you, folks. And until next time. Okay?
Folks.
Bye.
God.